The highlights. Wife of Lagos State Governor inducts female council chairman. Wives of chairman as tuberculosis champions, ambassadors. Federal government set to commence palliative measures on Shagamu-Ijebu-Ode Ore Benin Expressway. On the foreign scene, North Korea to cut off roads, railways connecting south. And in sport, Ihanacha others to resume Super Eagles camp as team focuses on fitness in training ahead Libya clash. Now the details. I am Dele Agadumo. Female local government chairmen and wives of local government chairmen across the 57 local government areas of Lagos State have been inducted as TB LGA LCDA champions and ambassadors to end the disease in the state. Office of First Lady Lagos Steering Committee for TB was also inaugurated at an event held at the Lagos House, Ikeja, with Dr. Abimbola Mabugje as chairman, pharmacist Titilola Odunuga secretary, and wife of the governor, Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu, as advisor. Speaking at the event, wife of the Lagos State Governor and Lagos State Tuberculosis Champion and Ambassador, Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu, urged the inductees to put machinery in motion within 48 hours to create awareness and advocacy to change the dynamics of TB prevention in Lagos State.
We can do a lot. Share ideas. We have put up some roll-up banners and some of the mediums that you can use. Roll-up banners might be very expensive, so we can start with maybe drawings in the schools. We can start with cartoons. Some of you are very good in drawing cartoons on your children or your brothers or something. So you can start small and go big. The role that you really have to play has been spelled out. You have read it for yourself. But one of the roles is advocacy.
Commissioner for Health, Akin Abayomi, noted that out of 32,000 people with TB in Lagos State, 15,000 have been diagnosed, while over 15,000 are yet to be identified, according to the World Health Organization.
There are people living with us in community who have active TB that we have not diagnosed. And those are the 15,000 that First Lady is mandating you to find and bring them into the treatment facilities, which, as you have heard, is totally free.
In a lecture titled Ending Tuberculosis in Lagos, a necessity to ending TB globally, Dr. Olushola Shokoya noted that 2.9 million TB cases have been recorded globally, while Nigeria contributes 6% and highest in Africa, with risk factors including dirty environment, overpopulation, and poverty. Tuberculosis is an airborne disease that is transmitted when individuals inhale the bacilli expelled into the air by infected and untreated TB patients, which mostly affects the lungs, brain, kidneys, joints, bones, skin, abdomen, among others. The Lagos State Drivers Institute, LASDRI, has flagged off its 2024 Ember Month safety advocacy with a call on motorists to adhere to traffic rules and regulation to protect their lives, passengers and vehicles. The advocacy took place at Ojoduberja Motor Park. Speaking at the event with the theme Road Safety, Collective Responsibility for Economic Sustainability, the General Manager of LASDRI, Afosat Tiamiu, stated that the program was designed to promote safer driving practices and educate the public on road safety issues, targeting members of the Road Transport Workers Unions and other stakeholders in the state.
They know that our coming here every year is not for good. It's just for them to know. You know, majority of them, because of the nature of their job, they say, hey, we cannot leave our vehicle, we cannot come to offices. We brought the messages to them. And the thing is, even the number of people you can see, we have database. The last time we came, they don't even know the importance of driver education. But we look at the number of drivers that has turned up for training our agencies, it has multiplied.
On his part, Area Commander of the Ikeja Command for the Lagos State Vehicle Inspection Service, VRS, Taufik Ayeni, noted that as the year comes to an end, there is typically an increase in traffic volume along with a rise in road traffic violations. Ayeni said the infractions include road violation, excessive speeding, dangerous driving, improper overtaking, overloading, driving under the influence of alcohol, driver fatigue, and using a phone while driving.
Most road accident is always caused by human error. And how do you reduce it? Use your seat belts. Make sure that if you want to receive any phone calls, you park your vehicle so that you won't have this distractive driving. Don't take hallucinating drugs that will cause accidents. Have a good knowledge of the road signs. Have a good knowledge of the road signs and a good knowledge of the state traffic law in any state that you go to. With that, you'll be able to reduce it at least to a great percent.
The General Manager, Lagos State Traffic Management Authority, LASMA, Olalekan Bakarioki, who was represented by the Area Commander of Lima, Ojodubaja, identified the need to be trained properly so that the rate of accidents and carelessness on the roads can be reduced and prevented. Supreme Court has scheduled October 22 to hear a suit filed by 16 state governments challenging the legality of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. The suit, instituted by the Kogi state government and 15 other states, is contesting the constitutionality of the laws establishing the EFCC. A 7-man panel of justices led by Justice Uwani Abba Aji fixed the above date for hearing after the states were joined as co-plaintiffs and leave granted for consolidation of the case. Counsel representing the various states in the matter made their submissions, while the majority sought to be joined as co-plaintiffs, and 2 of the states prayed for an order for consolidation of the case. And now to the rest of the stories. Commuters plying the Shagamu-Ijebu-Ode or Benin Expressway will soon heave a sigh of relief as the federal government is set to commence palliative measures on the 120 kilometers road from Monday, 14th October. Minister of Works David Umahi, who announced this when he inspected the road alongside Ogun State Governor Dapo Abiodun, promised that the highway would be fully reopened by the middle of December for travelers ahead the Yuletide. Umahi explained that the comprehensive palliative would be carried out by a reputable construction company and be supervised by a team of officials of the Ministries of Works, Transportation and Environment.
For this one, I'm here with the Lagos Director, Controller of Works and Ogun Controller of Works. We have constituted a committee, an action committee, to liaise with your own team, the Commissioner for Works, Environment, Transport, and you came, all of them. You came here with all of them. And so, in an emergency situation like this, we have to look around for a competent contractor.
Responding, Governor Abiodun appreciated President Bola Tinubu for keeping his promise of getting the Ministry of Works to intervene not more than a week after he earlier inspected the interchange to Shagamu Town section following distress calls from motorists.
This road is probably the second busiest road in this country, next to the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. And it has caused our citizens, when I say our citizens, our southern citizens, untold hardship. Today, by coming, you are going to be wiping away their tears.
The Shagamu-Ijebu-Ode or Benin Expressway is a major road linking Lagos through Ogun State to the southeast and south-south regions of the country. Meanwhile, Minister of Works David Umahi has directed the contractor handling reconstruction of the Lagos-Abeokuta Expressway project to make use of concrete pavement. Umahi, who gave the directive during an inspection of ongoing emergency repairs of 7-kilometer stretch of the road within Lagos State, said the Ogun State section of the road is already being handled by the Ogun State government. The minister said concrete pavement would address the threat of water to an asphalt pavement, assuring that funds will soon be released for completion of repairs of the remaining 11-kilometer stretch. Umahi asked the contractor handling the emergency repairs to concentrate on deploying stone basement and reopen it to traffic, while asphalt can be laid by mid-November.
My recommendation for this road has been to use concrete, and it looks that the investor insisted on using asphalt. But my coming here today has reinforced my belief and my conviction that what we will use here will be concrete. If the investor will not use concrete, he should go out of the road.
He assured that due diligence is already in progress for comprehensive reconstruction of the expressway. In her remarks, the Federal Controller Works Lagos, Olukorede Kesha, appreciated the minister for his intervention to bring succor to the sufferings encountered by users of the Lagos-Abeokuta Expressway.
Before now, this place was impassable. Like I told in the news the last time, it was drum holes, not potholes, and it was impassable. But with your directives, sir, the contractor moved to site, and we can see that life is being restored back to the highway. It looks as if nothing happened before.
Our correspondent Abiola Fagbolagun reports that the Lagos outbound U-turn to Sangota stretch of the Lagos-Abeokuta Expressway had become deplorable for close to 8 years due to insufficient contract funding and constituted a nightmare to users of the road before the current intervention. Now to foreign news. North Korea says it will cut off road and railway access to South Korea from today in a bid to completely separate the two countries. Its military says the North will permanently shut off and block the southern border and fortify areas on its side. The Korean People's Army describes the move as a self-defensive measure for inhibiting war, claiming it is in response to a war exercise in South Korea and the frequent presence of American nuclear assets in the region. It marks an escalation of hostility at a time when tensions between the Koreans are at their highest point in years. In our sport, more players are expected to join the Super Eagles camp in Ikotepmane, Akwa Ibom State. The Super Eagles trained on the practice pitch of the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium, Uyo, with 20 players on Tuesday evening under the supervision of manager Augustin Iguavon. The team's coordinator, Patrick Pascal, confirmed that the team is expected to have a full squad in training today ahead of the AFCON 2025 qualifier against the Mediterranean Knights of Libya, with the expected arrival of Kelechi Iheanacho and other remaining players. Meanwhile, the North Africans are also expected to arrive in Uyo today and are scheduled to train on the Godswill Akpabio Stadium pitch tomorrow. And that ends our news at 10. Just before we go, maintain adequate distance from the vehicle ahead of you to avoid collision. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website, www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration constructed watchtowers with alarm bells and perimeter fences in model colleges? Can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news are the highlights of the major stories. Female local government chairmen and wives of local government chairmen across the 57 local government areas of the state have been inducted as TB, LGA, LCDA champions and ambassadors to end the disease in the state. Commuters plying the Shagamu-Ijebu-Ode or Benin Expressway will soon heave a sigh of relief as the federal government is set to commence palliative measures on the 120 kilometers road from Monday, 14th October. Also told you that North Korea said it will cut off road and railway access to South Korea from today in a bid to completely separate the two countries. And in sport, more players are expected to join the Super Eagles camp in Ikotepmane, Akwa Ibom State. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That is news broadcast compiled by Sadiq Yusuf. I am Dele Agadumo. Good morning. Thank you for listening.